Good evening, friends. Today we talk about the Antifa. And Antifa for me is kind of like a comedy show, a big comedy show. Because these people walking around and being crazy and have no arguments and all they do is screaming and rioting and all that stuff. Because for me, if you ask me, the Antifa nowadays is a fascist organization. And it's funny because these people screaming at other people who are not fascists at all that they're fascists because they're not in the line with the Antifa, if you know what I mean, if that makes sense. If I look at videos from Antifa, they behave exactly like fascists would behave. So they argument totally irrational, and if you're not on the same page like them, you're automatically the enemy. So back in the days when I grew up, I met a ton of people over the years, but I met some people on the right, I met some people on the left, and I played in bands for 20 years, just for fun, nothing big, but, and then you meet people, you talk to people, and what I see now and what I think of what happened in the past when I was younger, it is weird to see that back in the day, some leftists call him Antifa. I don't care. They argumented on a good level, on an authentic level. So they sit on a table with everyone, and let the best argument win. And that was good to see that two people from two different camps can talk to each other without violence or something like that, and they let the best argument win. This is what I think is a democracy. The Antifa nowadays, what they try to do is to silence everyone who is not on the same page like them, and that makes them completely fascist. Because when I watch videos on YouTube and you see some, I don't know, some gathering or some protests where the Antifa is involved, every time when someone comes up to them and want to talk to them, they label this person based from the looks as a racist and a Nazi and whatever, because these people have a certain kind of look, and if you don't look like them, you're automatically a Nazi. So, and when you have the chance to talk to them, and you say you're kind of like more like a centrist, that you're not left, not right, that you're kind of like in the middle, and you don't want to pick a side or something like that, you're automatically a fascist and a racist and a Nazi, because you're not on the same page like them. So, and if you are a right person or conservative, you're automatically a Nazi. They see you like that. For them, it's normal. So they don't care what you think. They don't care what you want to say. They don't care about your arguments. They scream at you. They yell at you as long as you turn around and walk away. And the funny thing is that even left people are, in some cases, Nazis. Let that sink in. Because the Antifa and the left-wing extremists, if you are a leftist and not left enough, you're automatically a Nazi. You know? It's kind of weird. I saw a couple of videos where some Antifa member mentioned that if you are on the left side but not left enough, you're automatically being a Nazi because you're not devoted enough. For me, that America or Trump or whatever said that Antifa is kind of like a terrorist group, I totally agree with that, because in Germany we see this too. These people, they're crazy. The riots, the violence, the organized violence. The Antifa is operating practically on a non-rule level, because they do what they want to do and they say what they want to say, and they try to silence anyone. You have death threats, you have threats to your family. It's kind of like weird. That's the reason why I think Antifa is a terrorist group. And you can't even sit down with them and can talk to these people, because they know in the back of their heads, they know that their arguments are total bullshit. They're total lies. And it's fantasy land, what they're talking about. That thing that they want to have is total fantasy land. The funny part is, I don't know if you saw that meme when you see fight capitalism, drinking a Starbucks coffee and writing on a MacBook. This is what these people are. Hypocrites. They're fucking freaks. Too long, the society and the moderate people and the conservative people ignored this threat. And that's the reason why they are so big now. That's the reason why they are so cocky right now. Because they think they're untouchable. And that's the point. And I don't want to argument with people who are walking around in masks that I call me strange or call me too old school or whatever. But if I want to talk to someone, I want to see his face. But these people know that this what they're doing is bullshit. That's what they're saying is bullshit. How they behave is bullshit. And that's the reason why they have to hide behind a mask. So in Germany, we have a big problem with the Antifa because they're anti-Germany. So they hate Germany. Most of them are Germans, but they hate themselves that much that they try to destroy the country. And that's the reason why you see a slow fusion between Antifa, Free Palestine, pro-Hamas, pro-terrorist, anti-church, anti-Christ, anti-authority, anti-everyone. And it's weird to see that all these pieces are walking under one banner, which is the Antifa banner. And for too long, we ignored this threat. And we have to deal with it now. We have to do something about it. Because I'm a big fan of having a discussion. If I would meet an Antifa member and have a discussion with this person about how they want to build Germany, how they want to reform this country, and I already know the answer. Destroy capitalism, destroy the white man, destroy toxic masculinity, destroy everything what's not fitting in our bubble, what we think. And if you're not being on the same page like I am, you're a fucking racist, Nazi, whatever. It's all the same. It's fascism in its purest form. Fascism always was my way or the highway, and they act on it. Just like I said, even regular left people are not left enough in the eyes of Antifa, and they are not worthy to be a left person because they're not hard enough. So, and if you're not hard enough to be a left-wing extremist, you have to be on the right side because you're not on the left side enough. So that makes you automatically being someone, I don't want to make a decision. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're a Nazi, you're a fascist, racist, whatever. It's always the same claims. They always come with the same shit because they have no arguments. If you like what I do, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Maybe we can have a discussion. Yeah, see you next time. Goodbye.